So part 4, I'm going to talk about just some bugs and features. So quickly, Scorekeeper is designed for our beginners. I would say beginner to intermediate R users are going to be really happy with what we offer in Scorekeeper. The more advanced users may be a little frustrated at times. So for instance, there are elements of selecting variables like tidy select where I'm going to ask you in your raw variables in your new variable, you're going to have to write out every single variable instead of using a colon to get you across 20 columns, something like that. So tidy select is not available, and in the same way vectorization is not yet available. So you can't say I want to recode the next 7 rows in the exact same way, and I am just going to do that with one line. You actually have to do it with, if you're wanting to recode 7 variables, you have to do it with 7 lines. However, I'm actually not likely to change the second part, and that is because having a separate row for each variable is actually preferable for your metadata purposes and knowing where every single variable came from, what the name of every single variable is, how that stepwise happened, and the information about each individual variable. It's a little bit more long form, but it's going to make it more interpretable across users, across individuals who are then trying to interpret your score sheets and understand your data cleaning processes. And then I will be working a little bit on the tidy select to see in the future if I can nail that down. So all of this brings me to, one of the things that I'm balancing in the Scorekeeper package is the approachability versus succinctness. So if, for instance, we have fewer columns, then you're going to need more coding knowledge. If I have more columns, then maybe you don't need as much coding knowledge, but it kind of becomes a little bloated. So this 11 column structure was something that I have settled on for now, and that may change in the future with new updates to the package, that kind of thing. But for right now, I think we are sticking with this 11 column structure, and that kind of balances what I believe is this approachability and succinctness in the score sheet for now. And another thing is that adapting a scoring pattern, so this is a feature, is as simple as just kind of changing a few cells in the score sheet, and no advanced coding knowledge is needed. So if I make a score sheet and then someone else is using that exact same measure in their analyses, I can just send them my score sheet and they should be able to run it right off the bat. If their variables are coming in their raw variables are named a little different, that kind of thing, all they have to do is update a few things in a couple of columns, and it should be good to go. It should make, honestly, our field's life a lot easier if everyone is sharing their coding and how and it makes it kind of easier to transmit knowledge across our field. So some development that I want to do in the future, development of some additional functions, some standardization is next on the list, as well as just basic arithmetic, things like that. And I am currently also developing some score sheet companion files that document coding decisions and essentially can be used in Companion to create a full data dictionary for your project. We are working on that in the Embark Lab and should have that up and going as a template for other labs to use probably in the next 6 months. And we are going to be publishing all this on the Embark Lab GitHub, so stay tuned on our GitHub, and would love any feedback from beta users like yourself. All right, thanks guys.